Hello to everyone out there. Once upon a time, I have a friend and colleague who used to always ask me about doing an award show. The first time was probably as early as maybe 2013, I believe. She would ask me, and I would never say no. I wasn't gonna do it, but I would think about it and wonder like, would anyone care that independent people, local people of the Bay Area would do an award show? Would anybody care? When any artists want to participate, would people want to come watch it and see it? What kind of value would be created by doing that? And so for many years, I was just thinking about the idea she was bringing up, and I would think about it and stuff like that till finally, and at the end of 2017, we decided that we were going to do it. And I believe she put the information out there maybe as early as February 2018 that we were going to have this award show. And we did it in August. So we became, partners in doing this with, both of our companies. But, she wanted to use the name of my company to represent it. And me as the face, so I ended up doing that and being sort of like an administrator, and doing things such as finding a location as to where we're going to hold certain events. Also, finding vendors that we would use during the events, DJs, as well as photographers, videographers, and with the food, we would both talk about it and agree what we wanted. I would make sure that happened. Her role was more or less contacting individuals who might want to be involved, and the aspect, as people who would be presenters, finding people who would like to be nominated, and also she would find people who would possibly like to perform and stuff. I might suggest somebody, but in our roles, she would actually decide whether or not she wanted them to perform. So in general, she picked the people who she would like to perform during the events. And the first one, of course, was one of those things to where, we hadn't did this before. So it was sort of like a new thing. So everything was like new and stuff like that. And it wasn't the easiest thing to pull off. We pulled it off. It went pretty good. And more or less we were happy. Okay, we got this done. Cause we figured like we would have to do it maybe about 5 times before it would actually, be strong enough to withstand. And at that point we felt if we did it 5 times, like 5 years in a row, it would probably begin to get profitable at that point. So we did the first one. It wasn't my favorite, but in terms of us getting it done, I enjoyed it. So we did it the second year in a row, same format. In my honest opinion, I think, from my standpoint, I think the second one I liked the best. We wanted to get more people involved, and also the second one was the uh, first year that we had. We called it the GRM Awards experience, where we have multiple events leading to the award show. So that was the first year we did that, and to me, it went really well. And I think most of the most of the people in the second one, I believe they appreciated it more, the whole experience more so than the first. I think the first was happy to be honored, happy to participate, but most of them uh, didn't want to have any further involvement, at least from my standpoint. It seemed that way because my partner would reach out to them. We would get maybe, it may have been one or two people from the first one who still wanted to be involved going forward. Um, Second one I like much more. I think it came off way better. And with that, I was hopeful that going forward, everything would continue to get better as far as like doing those events. And we had big plans for the third one, but unfortunately, in the midst of that, the whole, COVID thing, you know, came out, and that sort of like made doing everything in the third one just extra hard because we couldn't use the place we wanted to use. We couldn't use that. We put a deposit on it. Couldn't get a refund for that. And so like we found another place. Couldn't use that. Then it's like a few days from the actual event taking place, we actually found a place to hold the award show. Some aspects of it I liked, but and me and my partner discussed. It was some aspects, the pictures and the video. It just absolutely it was horrible, in my opinion, from the event. And I think some of the people, or many other people who attended, whether as nominee, presenter, host, um, performers, were pretty good, pretty dynamic people. I liked, not as much at the second, but better than the third. I think these people, some of these people actually cared and stuff, really cared about it, really enjoyed it. But just overall, the experience for me, it was just so, difficult pulling that off. And it's sort of like any progress that I seen from the second was sort of like wiped away. At that point, I didn't really want any more of that for a while. I'm not saying never again, but really not in the near future did I ever want to participate in such an event due to the fact that, I felt what was being put in by myself and my partner, we wasn't getting an equivalent exchange. My partner felt differently. She wanted to still keep doing it and stuff. She did it under her own business name and kept going forward with it. And from her standpoint, it came out pretty good because it's sort of like it was the whole what she wanted to accomplish with it wasn't necessarily the same thing that I had in mind. And that was sort of like a key for me walking away